Recording high quality videos is a hobby of mine that I really enjoy, but it's also one of the most challenging, frustrating, and tedious tasks. Having to re-record shots that are out of focus and unstable can get tiring, and after a while, I begin to lose interest. Sometimes I wonder if getting a particular shot at the expense of the amount of time that it takes to perfect is even worth it. Over the course of my time as an avid video producer, I have always been on the lookout for tools that would make filming easier. Unfortunately, most of the gadgets for my DSLR that I have discovered are more expensive than the camera itself. For the most part, I have researched almost every gimbal, camera rig, and external monitor that you can think of, and I finally came to the conclusion that all of these amazing tools were just out of reach. That is, until DJI released their newest consumer level camera, the DJI Osmo Pocket. This tiny, unassuming gimbal has met my needs when it comes to high quality video recording. After a month of this little device recording almost every single video on my channel, I have to say I am extremely impressed. Welcome back to Everyday Technology everyone, and this is my review of the DJI Osmo Pocket. At the time of this review, the Osmo Pocket comes in at around $350, much less expensive than even mid to low tier DSLR or mirrorless cameras. If you factor in the cost of a 3-axis gimbal, the price increases even higher. In addition, the Pocket features 4K at 60 and 1080p at 120 video recording, as well as manual controls, an aperture of f2.0, active tracking, and time lapses. You do lose the ability to swap out lenses with this camera, but that downside is offset by the Pocket's extreme portability and versatility. In the box, you get the DJI Osmo Pocket, along with a very well-built carrying case, 2 adapters, one Type-C and one Lightning for whichever kind of phone you have, and an average run-of-the-mill USB Type-C cable for charging. I was very pleasantly surprised with the quality of the case. I can tell that DJI put a lot of time and effort into its design. They even went as far to put a hole in the bottom for charging purposes. When traveling, I can definitely recommend the use of this case if you don't want your camera to get damaged. With the accessories out of the way, let's talk about the camera itself. Being so small, the DJI Osmo Pocket is unfortunately very fragile, even though it is built extremely well. The gimbal portion of the camera is made out of metal, which adds a considerable heft you wouldn't expect for its size. On the front of the Pocket, there are 2 physical buttons, one record button and one function button, and on the side there is also a micro SD card slot. The LCD touchscreen on the front is just big enough to see clearly, so if you're far away from the camera, it's probably not going to be very useful. Navigating the menus is quite simple, but unfortunately, it lacks a lot of pro features that can only be accessed by connecting your phone. To connect your phone, simply select the adapter compatible with your model and plug it in. As soon as you have plugged in, download the DJI Mimo app, and then the Osmo Pocket should automatically connect. When it does, you may have to download some software, but other than that, you are ready to go. Inside the app, you can change your recording resolution, switch between auto and manual mode, enable a histogram, control the gimbal, record a time lapse, and share your recording directly from your smartphone. As you can see, without a connected phone, the Pocket loses a ton of functionality. Many of the features inside the app, such as a histogram, aren't even available on cameras 4 times the price, which just goes to show why this camera gimbal hybrid has such incredible value. Controlling the gimbal using the Mimo app is very easy. One thing I will say though is that it's extremely sensitive, which sometimes makes getting smooth stopping and starting motions hard. The gimbal on the Osmo Pocket definitely will stabilize your camera shots, but if DJI had made it just slightly larger, the stabilization would improve dramatically. These shots right here were recorded on the Pocket, and as you can see, the gimbal works very well. It makes camera shots that were extremely hard with a regular camera easy as cake now. Personally, I haven't vlogged with this camera, but I have heard that in order to keep yourself in frame, you will need to fully extend your arm because of the sensor crop. Other than that, vlogging on this, from what I have seen in other videos, is pretty easy. A feature that would be handy if you do decide to vlog on the Pocket is DJI's Active Track, which allows you to track objects and have the gimbal follow them. For battery life, I have gotten almost full 2 hours of recording time, which is really good for the size of this device. If you do happen to require more battery life, the Pocket does allow you to record while charging, which is a small addition that for some people makes a world of difference. For me, the DJI Osmo Pocket checks all of the boxes. It's portable, fairly inexpensive compared to its competitors, and is jam-packed with features. If you are a creative professional who's tired of lugging around heavy gimbals, or you're just an average Joe who doesn't want to spend a lot of dough on a 4K camera, then this is the right piece of equipment for you. Alright guys, that's it for this one. If you liked it, then please subscribe down below and leave a comment if you have any feedback for me. And with that, this has been my review of the DJI Osmo Pocket, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.